What's going on YouTube? IDCL here yet again, and coming at you guys with a quick first impressions review for Destiny, the most pre-ordered new IP in video game history. This game has extreme hype behind it. It's fucking crazy, man. But I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions before I launch my actual review within the coming days. Now, I haven't completed the game, and before I even get started in this, I just want to let you know I haven't really played no more than 3 multiplayer matches in the Crucible. So this video is mostly gonna be covering what I've been through and the story so far, and what I can tell you from that. So let's get into it. First and foremost, Destiny. Of course, you all know it is an extremely hyped game. The number one question that may be lingering to people who haven't played it yet, because I know a lot of you who see this video probably have, and then a lot of you probably haven't, depending on who watches the video. But does it live up to its hype? That is a subjective statement, a subjective question. Does it live up to its hype? In my opinion, I never looked at it as to be too overhyped. I never overhyped it myself, is what I'm trying to say. I know what to expect, especially after playing the beta, which I loved. I really liked the beta a lot. So I had a feeling of what to expect in the full game. And to be honest, as far as what I expected, it fulfilled it. It feels like a good game, a great game, a good co-op game with a straightforward story pretty much. And that is exactly what I looked for in the game. Now, over the entire horizon, the whole surface of over the hypeness of Destiny, is it overhyped? Like I said, that is subjective again, but to be honest with you, it may have been overhyped just a tad bit, but overall the game is pretty fucking good. I have really nothing too negative to say, because right now I'm a level 10 warlock, and I'm kind of mad because in the beta I didn't realize that I could have played as all 3 classes. I only played as a warlock in the beta, so I missed out on other classes back then. But now I get a chance to play through all 3. Now, I started my first playthrough, of course, as a warlock again because I was more familiar with that. But the next playthroughs I go through, I'm going to start using the hunter and the titan and get a feel for them more too. But as far as what I played through before, like I said, level 10, well, actually at level 11, I just leveled up before I started doing this commentary when I was playing it, and I'm a level 11 now. And as far as so far, it feels good. To be honest, it feels great, especially when you play co-op. Of course, people are gonna compare this. You know it's gonna happen to Borderlands, Halo, and Mass Effect, and those honestly are rightfully 3 games you can compare this game to, because it borrows a lot of aspect from all 3 of those games. It borrows a lot of mechanics and whatnot from all 3 of those games. In my opinion, I feel like the combat in this game, as far as the story, like I said, I haven't played any multiplayer, it feels better than all 3 of those games, to be honest with you. I feel like I have more chemistry with my gun in this game, not saying off the point system that they have for damage and perks and whatnot, but I feel like I have more chemistry with each gun that like I can feel the difference, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you go down the list of classes that they have. Now, there are 3 different weapon fits pretty much for each weapon and shit. You have your primary, your special, and your heavy. Your primary consists of scout rifles, which are semi-automatics, pulse rifles, automatics, and hand cannons, which are pretty much pistols and whatnot, handguns. And the pulse rifle is pretty much a burst fire, and that consists in your primary. Now, when you get in special, of course, you have shotguns, sniper rifles, and you have fusion rifles, which are a new addition, which are pretty much burst fire rifles that you can charge, and that shit is pretty damn effective, especially in boss battles and battles where if you go in solo, you're gonna find yourself using that gun a lot. And then you also have your heavy, which is machine guns and rocket launchers. But the thing about those are, you cannot just go and fire that shit and think you're gonna re-up on ammo quickly. You want to make sure who you're firing at is a motherfucker who you need to use this against, or else you're gonna be mad. Because if you fired at a group of people group of aliens you could have defeated with your guns, you're gonna be pissed when you use a rocket launcher on them, and then all of a sudden a huge boss comes up, and you're gonna be like, fuck, I should have kept that shit. But anyway, as far as that, I really like the combat aspect of the game as far as the story. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've tapped into so far. Now, I can tell a little bit of difference between the beta and the actual game. And what that is the tweaks in the AI and the gun. At least from my perspective, from what I've seen. The tweaks in AI and the gun. The guns feel, there's a lot less, I'm not going to say a lot less, but there's less aim assist. Because in the beta, aim assist was so fucking magnetic. That shit almost felt like Battlefield 4 in the beginning. It was really strong. Now it feels more loose. You feel more freely and whatnot to aim. And of course, with better guns, that's gonna get better. I feel like in the beta off the bat, you just had super aim assist, but now it feels a lot better in my opinion. And also the AI. The aliens in this game are not dumb. They're not even on normal. They're not. They're intelligent to know what you are doing. If they see, if they see you aiming at them, they're gonna get in cover and they're gonna stay in that motherfucker until they hear you run out of rounds from firing at somebody else, and then they're gonna jump out and try to attack you. And there's also a mechanism in them that they can be fooled. I juked a couple of aliens out there in this motherfucker. I juked them. Like, I went left in front of a platform where he couldn't see me, and then he was expecting me to come from that side from his right, so I turned around and I went behind him through the other side of the platform while he was still looking in that direction, and boom, I hit that motherfucker. It was awesome. I was like, damn, they can really be fooled like that, and it is a nice little asset to have. They're not dumb, they're not stupid like Call of Duty story AI. They're pretty damn intelligent. So keep in mind of that, especially in hard. You play this shit in hard, yeah, you're gonna know. But yeah, I like it. I love it. I really do. I really love it. The co-op aspect of the game is also great. It feels on the level of Borderlands, in my opinion. Now, as far as the maps, I haven't completely beat the game. I haven't explored every planet, but the scale that Bungie had made this game out to be doesn't feel like what it actually is, because of course we're dealing with individual free worlds, but I feel like it's just not, it's not on the scale of Borderlands 2. I can say that much at least, because Borderlands 2 was fucking huge, man, and that doesn't make it a bad game at all, really, because to me shit like that is pretty much, it's pretty much it's not necessarily a necessity. It's more so of, you know, something you'd expect but didn't actually happen. But as far as the gameplay and whatnot, I really like it. I love it more than all three of those games, believe it or not, because it blends in the Halo aspect. You can still hip fire and be pretty accurate with the shit, but it also puts in the traditional first person, so you can switch off from that. I find myself hip firing a lot more in this game than I do traditional first person, but I also find myself aiming when I need to aim and shit like that. It feels more fluent pretty much than the three games that I've listed. Now I know what you're saying, stop comparing the three, but you really have to, because they borrow a lot from those three games, but they also put their original spin on it. So yeah, pretty much that's all I want to talk about in this video. I'm going to leave a lot more in the review, because like I said, I'm not even done with the game yet. I haven't even really touched the multiplayer, but the review will be dropping in the coming days, probably, I don't know, Sunday, Monday, somewhere along that line. Stay tuned for it. I will have it for you guys, don't worry. Make sure you follow my Twitch, and I will be streaming Destiny soon, maybe today, possibly today or tonight and whatnot. And make sure you have me followed on Twitch. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. This is IDCL. This is my impressions on Destiny, and I'm out. Peace.